Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's Strong and Steady class. I am Jen. Let's get started. All right, let's start with circling our arms around our bodies. Nice small circles, keeping your torso still, driving that blood flow, working through your breath. Change directions. You know, for some of us, this is our first substantial movement of the day. For others, we've been up since 5 a.m. doing stuff. So wherever we are, let's just focus on starting this movement. I'm working into big circles now. Good, nice and slow. Good, change arms. Good. All right, now I'm going to come to standing. I'm going to work on my hinges. So I'm going to place my hands on my hips, soften my knees. My feet are extended down to the ground, nice and parallel. And I'm going to hinge at the hips, sending my fanny back, melting belly button through sternum down to the ground, and rise. And repeat this motion with control, maintaining a flat back, a little bit of tension in your mid back, in your lats. Good. And then take that positioning and let's go into our body weight squat. So initiating with the movement, that hinge, and then sink the hips to the ground, maintaining that neutral back, genie arms. Okay, with today's workout, we have 3 circuits that we're gonna work on, care about, and we're gonna start with some dumbbells in our chair. Okay. All right, we're gonna start with chair squats to press. Now this isn't a curl to press, we're gonna start pressing, okay? So your elbows are bent in towards your sides and the weights are in your hands. So they're really kind of in your center of gravity, a little bit away from your belly button, but you have them elevated. Okay, now our goal is to squat and then press. Okay, so using our squat, I want you to think about activating your glutes. So making sure that your feet aren't too close to the chair. Okay, I don't want your feet to be on the balls of your feet. I want to initiate from your heels. So make sure they're out a bit from the chair. You're on your sits bones on the chair and you can dig your heels into the ground, okay? This first set of everything, we're gonna do a round of 6, okay? So dig those heels in, initiate your exhale, come to standing and press to the ceiling. Back down into your center of gravity and sit with control. 2, back down. 3, and I'm using 1 fluid motion. Exhale, rise and press, and down. 5, 1 more, and 6, and down. Good, okay, now I'm gonna lower the weights and I'm gonna come to standing and get into a bent over position to do my reverse rows. Okay, so again, neutral spine, weights in my heels, squeeze through my lats, draw the elbows back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Okay, hinge to the hips and come back to standing. Next, I'm going to downgrade my weights because I was picking heavy. Now we're going to do dumbbell front raises. So we're going to do it from a standing position. Okay, so get into your shock absorbers. Bend those knees a little bit, drop that hip, those hips. Weights in your heels, but spine is neutral. Okay, first one, we're going to do 6 of these. First, we're going to do thumbs up. Ready? Exhale, thumbs up and down. Now let's rotate for number 2, palms down and up and down. Switch, thumbs up and down, palms, thumb up and down. 1 more set, thumbs up and down. Rotate palms and down. Good. Now we'll talk about that more when we get into a longer set and how that makes a difference in what we're working in our shoulders and our chest. Okay, now we have chair mountain climbers. Okay, so 6 pairs of these guys. Okay, so I'm framing the chair with my grip. I'm walking back out into my nice high plank. All right, squeezing through my armpits, not bunching up at my shoulders, squeezing through my armpits. All right, ready? Knee thrust, 1, and alternate. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good, okay, bring yourself back to upright. All right, now, coming back to our seated chair with our dumbbells. Now we have a round of 8. Okay, we're gonna stack the weights on our shoulders, but close to our center of gravity, all right? Heels are properly positioned so we can dig them in to activate hamstrings and glutes. Ready? Initiate your exhale and press. Back down to sit. 2, back down and then sit. Good. Excellent, 4 more. 6. Last one here. And sit. Good, lower the weights with control. Now press through the heels to come to standing again. We'll get into our bent over and do our rows. Ready? Exhale. 1. Neutral spine, gaze forward. 4, 5. Don't let your back round. 7 and 8. Good. Okay. Now I'm reaching for lighter dumbbells. All right, now we're going to go through that rotating again. So when we go thumbs up, you may feel more in your chest. Palms down, you'll feel more in the tops of your shoulders, okay? So we'll alternate for the set of 8. Ready? Get into your shock absorber stance. Exhale. 1, palms up, or thumbs up. 2, palms down. Nice and slow. Good. Shifting our grip, our positioning of our arms. 6, 7. Now you notice if you do this nice and slow, it doesn't change the intensity that you have to focus on your core. Still high focus. Okay, back to our chair mountain climbers. 8 sets here. All right, so gripping the sides, squeezing through the armpits. Nice long neck, stepping out to your good high plank, weights on the balls of your feet. Ready? Exhale, right knee, left knee. 2, 3. Try to create a stable environment with just a knee thrust. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Walk yourself in. Okay, you guessed it. We're on a round of 10. Okay, so get the dumbbells. We're getting ready for these squat to presses. Okay, so we're pretty secure here still, right? We're doing this work, squatting and rising with our weight mostly in our center of gravity. It's not extended away from us. It's lifted a little bit, not as close to our belly button, but sometimes work happens this way. Okay, ready? Heels in, exhale, and press, and down. 2, 3, and sit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, good, 2 more, 9. How still is your start? How still is your stop? Good. All right, curl it on down to your sides, heels into the ground to come back to standing. All right, bent over position. You do not, in your bent over to do work, you don't need to have shoulders parallel to hips, but you do need a neutral supported spine. All right, so I'm hinging. Ready? 10 rows, go. Elbows. 2. And as I do this, I'm thinking, arms are dead, chest is dead, drawing my elbows back from my armpits. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Dig the heels in to come back to standing, supporting that neutral spine as you rise. Okay, shock absorbers. All right, soft knees, drop those hips, weight in your heels, in your butt. Okay, we're rotating here for 10. Thumbs up, front raise, parallel to shoulders and down, palms down. Yes, instead of that, I could cue thumbs up and then knuckles up. Thumbs. Oh, there's my chest a little bit more. Rotate. Oh, there's my delts a little bit more. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hopefully you all can feel the difference there too in your own bodies, how it changes based on the positioning of your arms. Okay, now we have our chair mountain climbers. All right, so we're gonna step back into our good high plank, legs in parallel, balls to your feet. Let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Legs are moving in straight lines. 9 and 10. Good, walk it in, nice job, shake out those hands. Okay, now it's your opportunity to get a drink of water. Of course, I forgot my water over at the desk. Okay, so our next round of work that we're gonna do, we have dumbbell work, a fair amount. We are gonna do some knee thrusters, so we have our stick. So if you don't have your stick, you can use your chair for our knee thrusters, okay? Those are your options. The stick is going to put a little more onus on you because you don't have 4 feet in the ground supporting the stick like you do utilizing the chair. You just have that one stick, okay? So if you're ready for that progression, or you're ready to go totally without, do that. Okay, so now we have front back punches, okay? So front back punches look like we're in this bent over position and we're like an amusement park ride, right? Like the ride swings forward and back. If I'm upright, this is how it looks. So I start with palms down and one arm swings forward and one arm swing back. We're gonna move into a bent over position. We're gonna grab some dumbbells and exhale. And as we move away from our belly button, that's where our isometric hold is. And then come back to center and alternate, okay? So we're gonna be using our lats and our shoulders as we move in this direction, okay? So I'm grabbing some dumbbells for these front back punches, okay? I'm gonna get into my bent over position. Good, nice neutral spine, palms are down. All right, I'm gonna exhale, forward, forward, 2, 3, 4, working with control, 5, and 6. Good, okay, hinge to upright, set your dumbbells down. All right, so We're gonna do 3 rounds. I'm gonna progress into going on my own, with my own balance, okay? So I'll start with the chair. All right, so with the chair on my right, that means my right foot has to stay down. So I'm gonna be reaching to the right corner with my left arm and left knee, okay? So we're gonna do 6 on this side and 6 on the other. All right, so I'm back in kind of a split stance with my hand down, squeezing with my left butt. All right, left balls of the feet are into the ground. All right, I'm gonna reach back and up, thrusting the knee toward the ceiling. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, not a ton of work here. So let's focus on execution. I want you to get that glute active. Okay, so here I am in my split stance toward the left corner. That means right side's working, left hand is down. Squeeze that butt. Okay, I want good tension in there, and I want you to get into the habit of getting that good tension every time. Okay, ready? Arm is back. All right, and reach with hand and knee. 3, squeeze the butt. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, good. Hopefully you're getting some engagement back there. All right, now figure 8s. Figure 8s is a little bit strength, a lot of dexterity. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing here in figure 8s is drawing an 8 around our waist with a dumbbell and then around our knees. Okay, so pick a weight that's right for you, all right? So we're gonna go 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other, all right? So I'm gonna start with the dumbbell out in front of my belly button. Okay, I'm framing it with both hands. All right, ready? Okay, I'm gonna pass it around my belly and then pass it around my knees. Back up to my belly and around my knees. That's 2, up to my belly and then around my knees. Okay, now change directions. Wrap it around your belly and then wrap it around your knees. Around the belly and then around the knees. Around the belly and around the knees. Okay, good. Those are your figure 8s. Now, keeping that same dumbbell, or you can choose a heavier one as you wish. We're gonna do curtsy lunge with the bicep curl. Okay, so I know you guys love curtsy lunges. All right, so instead of a straight lunge with leg going straight back, it's gonna reach back behind the foot that's in front of it a little bit. Okay, a little bit of an angle. So I'm on the chair is on my right side, so I'm gonna reach back with my left foot, dumbbells in my left hand. Okay, ready? And we just have 3 on this side. So lunge and curl, lunge and curl, lunge and curl. Okay, let's change sides now. Now I'm on the left side, so left foot down. Right foot's gonna reach back and behind. Down and up. Down, arm is straight, up and I curl. Down and up. Okay, nicely done. Okay, so now we have 8s. Back to the front back punches. Okay. All right, so we're gonna hinge. Good, rotate, palms are back. Now we have 8s. Ready? 1 and 1. 2. 3, 2. 4, 2. 5, 2. 6, 2. That's a complete swing. 2 and 8. 2. Good. Hinge to rise. Nicely done. Okay. Now we have knee thrusters. So now I'm going to progress to my stick. Okay. Stick is in the right hand. A little bit less stable. Okay, but I'm gonna use it to help activate through my core. So I don't wanna lean on it. I don't have it in close to me like I would a walking staff or a cane per se. I have the base of the stick in close, and I'm gonna extend my grip so the head of the stick is a little bit away. So I can push the stick through the ground to help activate my core. Okay, ready? So it's in my right. That means my left side is reaching, okay? Reach back with that right or left leg, squeeze the butt. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay, switching sides. This is too easy. We're gonna have to double this up next time on the 10 set. All right, ready? Okay, sticks in my left, activating through the left side of my core. Right butt is tight. I'm reaching back, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay. Now grabbing your dumbbells for figure eights. Okay. All right, I'm into my shock absorbers. So bent knees, straight spine, weight in my heels, around the waist, 1, around the knees, 1, waist to knees, that's 2, waist to knees, that's 3, waist to knees, that's 4. Change directions, waist to knees, 1. Good, that's 2. Try to reach back and meet that dumbbell as it wraps around. Okay, that's 8, nice job. Hopefully you're feeling okay in your fingers and your shoulders. All right, now we have curtsy lunge bicep curls. So I've got the dumbbell on my left and I'm standing to the right of my chair, or to the left of my chair. The chair's to the right of me. All right, ready, let's curtsy lunge. Left foot going back and curl as I rise. 2, 3, and 4. Remember, it's not so important to get the knee to the ground as it is to engage your glutes and to keep your core strong. Okay, other side, ready. Right leg goes back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay. Now we have those bent over front back punches. Okay, so dumbbells in hand. We have 10 sets of these. I know it's a lot, but you can do it. Okay, all right, so I've got my lighter weights. I'm gonna hinge down, turn my palms to the wall behind me. All right, stable in my core, long in my spine. Exhale, 1, and 1, 2, and 2, 3. Try and stand as relaxed in the neck as you can. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is flying by. Last one, 10. Good. Okay. So now we're on our last round of knee thrusters. Okay, so if you go without any balance, this is what you're looking for, is you're actually reaching with 2 hands. Okay, and you can take it slow and methodical and not as big in your stance and focus on your balance and stability. Or you can get big with it and get bouncy off of that back foot, drive from the glute and drive that knee through, okay? So I'm gonna do the first set without the stick, and I'm gonna do it a little bit at a pace that I'm just focusing on my balance, okay? So you can follow me, and then on the next set of 10, and we are gonna do 10 on each side, I'll show you kind of the plyometric version, okay? Ready? All right, 10, step back and reach. 2, 3, 4, nice and slow. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. See, my body's pretty quiet there. There's very little movement in my torso. Okay, just a little bit, not a huge range of motion. Okay, now I'm switching to the other side, but I will say, the water glasses and my shoulders aren't spilling and my core's nice and tight and I'm balanced and not falling over. Now on the other side, I'm gonna get deeper into my reach, okay? So we're gonna do 10 here. I'm going left, I'm thrusting with the right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you see the difference. I can see some of you were trying the harder version where you're really getting some power in that knee thrust, and correspondingly, your heart rate takes a good uptick. Both versions are great, okay? Serve different purposes, they're both great. Okay, all right, so now we're back to our figure eight. So sink into your shock absorbers. We got 10, okay, 5 each way. Ready? All right, around the belly and around the knees. That's 1. Belly and knees. 3, 4, 5. Switch around the belly and around the knees. Work on that coordination. 3, 4. Good firm grip. Slow it down if I'm going too fast. Good. Okay. Nice work. Now we have our curtsy lunge bicep curls. Okay. So here we go beside the chair on the left. Right hand is down. All right, let's curtsy lunge with that left leg. And curl. 2, 3, 4. Engage that back butt. Keep that spine straight. 5. Keep that elbow locked into your rib cage also, okay? We don't want that arm swinging around. We want to keep that center of gravity intact. All right, left hand down, right leg reaching. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, dumbbells down. Get a water break. Now we're moving on to our groundwork. Okay, so we're starting off with donkey kicks. So that means we're in tabletop position. Now we've traditionally done those mostly with the chair. Now I don't know if you need the chair to get down into onto the ground. So if you do, think lunge to the ground. Okay, using the chair to support you, and then you can get it kind of out of your way. All right, and then lower the hand where the knee is on the ground, then lower the other and sweep the leg through. Because we're gonna go donkey kicks on the ground, okay? So find your good tabletop position. Hopefully you have a blanket to support your knees if you need it at this point, okay? Wrists are under our armpits. We are not shortening in the neck, okay? Now a donkey kick is designed to be stabilizing in your trunk. So shoulders to hips look stable. And then we're gonna activate through our hamstrings and glutes, okay? So I am going to work through my hip, lifting my left leg off of the ground and sending my knee out so it's parallel as I'm able to my hip, and my heel is focused on the ceiling. Now, stable in my trunk, I'm just gonna pulse my leg toward the ceiling, small movements. Okay, so you ready? Like I'm tapping a nail into the ceiling. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, lower that leg and let's alternate. Opposite leg floats up. All right, heels tapping to the ceiling. 1, 2, and 3. And float it back down. There's a ton of precision in donkey kicks. We all have a tendency, not we all, but there is a tendency to do it wrong and use the wrong muscles and get out of control or bounce with it. And that's not the intention today. We are going to focus on executing correctly and properly, contracting and lengthening through the right muscles. Okay, now we're gonna flip over onto our fannies. Okay, now I'm gonna teach you a boat pose hold. Okay, So I'm going to change my position just a little bit so you can see the angle of my legs initially. Okay, so I'm onto my sacrum a bit, because to be on my tailbone, I have to be forward, on my sit bones rather. Okay, but I'm leaning back just a little bit, and I have my heels into the ground and toes up. Okay, now I'm in my neutral spine. I'm going to keep my legs like that. I'm just going to turn the side so you can see my neutral spine. The tendency is when we're in this position to round, okay? Not because we're working on strengthening our spine in a rounded position, but just because we're tired. Okay, and that's not the goal, all right? So I have my hands and I'm grasping underneath my armpits, or underneath my knee pits rather. And I have tension in my armpits, okay? And I'm gonna use that tension and I'm gonna pull my knees in and pull my heels in just a little bit to allow me to lean back a little bit further, okay? And I'm gonna hang on here through my armpits, and I'm gonna drop my low belly to the ground, and I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna walk my way up. And I've supported my core, engaging through my lats, but trying to keep a neutral spine. All right, so that's where we're starting with that position. Next time through, we'll add a little bit more. Okay, now go ahead and bring yourself down onto the ground. Okay, palms down. All right, now we're going to do a glute bridge, okay? So a glute bridge, we're turning things upside down. Okay, so our hips are going to be higher than my shoulders. Keeping my legs in parallel, I'm going to dig my heels into the ground. My toes are going to be light. And I'm going to drag my hips off the ground with my hamstrings and glutes. But I'm going to support my spine with my lats. And how do I do that? I'm going to press my palms firmly into the ground. Exhale, palms firm. Squeezing through your lats, feel that engagement, and then dig the heels into the ground to raise your hips. Okay, good. Now we're up here. Now we're gonna lengthen hamstrings and then contract to rise back up. 1, lengthen, 2, lengthen, contract, lengthen, contract, 5, 1 more, and 6. Okay, and then lower the hips. Okay, now we're gonna reach for dumbbells. So hopefully you have some dumbbells close by. Should have let you know that before we laid down, because we're gonna do chest flies, utilizing our good glute bridge that we just covered. Okay, so we call it a bridge because we are suspending our hips up in the air, and we have to use something to support that suspension, okay? And we know now it's hamstrings, glutes, and lats. Of course, there's other things going on, but those are points of emphasis, all right? Okay, so legs in parallel. I've got my dumbbells close to me. In fact, I'm gonna kind of put them on my chest at this point. And then I'm gonna dig my heels into the ground and lift my pelvis. Okay, now I'm elevating my dumbbells above my chest and I'm nice and rounded. Okay, and I'm gonna open my rounded arms and then squeeze through my chest to close. That's 1. Inhale. And exhale, squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, bend at the elbows, lowering the dumbbells to your chest, lower the bridge. Okay, and then move the dumbbells off to the side. Okay, now we're back to our donkey kicks. Okay, so we're scooting over onto our tabletop again. Okay, and we have 4. Okay, now, as we're up here, I want you to think I'm lifting my belly button toward my spine. Okay, now my belly button then is moving up in terms of verticality because my spine is on top, all right? Nice and solid in my low belly. Exhale, I'm gonna lift my left leg, sending it out from my hip into a nice right angle. Now, I'm thinking about my hamstring. It's a trap door. I'm gonna pull on the string to lift my heel toward the ceiling. Just a couple inches. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Now lower the knee. Good, and hopefully you didn't have to make any changes in your pelvis in order to get your knee back into position. I call that putting the car in the garage. All right, when you keep your pelvis nice and solid, it doesn't shift, it doesn't lower on the one side that's not supported. So let's talk about that. As I do my right side, as I float my right knee off the ground, I have to be stronger on the right side of my core to continue to support my torso so that the right side of my pelvis doesn't fall. Okay, ready? All right, hamstring, trapdoor, exhale. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good, now lower the knee into the garage cleanly. Nice, okay, good work. Now let's get back into our boat pose. Okay, so here we are back on our sacrum. Our legs are in parallel on our knees. We're gonna lean back, maintaining a nice neutral spine. Okay, so we can draw our knees in a little bit. That'll allow us to roll back a little further. Okay, now, as you're able, we can also try to lift our feet off the ground. Okay, we have this cross-sectional support of our arms, grasping the back of our knees. Okay, so now we're in balance on our sacrum, unmoving. Legs are lifted off the ground, low belly's nice and tight. Okay, if you can't do this, just keep your feet on the ground, but this is the next level of progression. All right, long spine, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now rocking forward, returning your feet to the ground. All right, now we're gonna lay back, get your dumbbells close. We have our glute bridge. Okay, so now let's think progression on our glute bridge. Last time, we just drove, we lifted, contracting through our hamstrings, driving our pelvis to the ground. What if we imagined that we peeled our spine off the ground, one vertebrae at a time? Okay, so find your kneecaps pointed at the ceiling. Again, palms are down. And I want you to visualize, starting from the bottom, you start with your tailbone, and then you move to your sacrum, and then your lumbar and thoracic, and so on as you move your way up your spine. I want you to think about peeling one vertebrae at a time off of the ground, okay? So palms down, create a little bit of energy in your lats. Exhale, dig the heels, start rolling, drawing the belly button in, lifting one vertebrae at a time off of the ground. Finding your top. Okay, if you could see me, my toes are off the ground, my heels are dug in. Now we're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time. So soften through the chest, moving down like a set of dominoes, one vertebrae at a time, keeping your low belly nice and strong. And your pelvis is the last thing to go as you work through your lumbar, and then rest your pelvis on the ground. Okay, and feet all the way down. Let's try that again, okay? All right, visualize that spine. Palms are down. Okay, now lift your toes. Knees are in parallel, right? Okay. Inhale. Now exhale, lift your pelvic floor. Tailbone lifts. Tighten your low belly, sacrum lifts. Pull from that low belly, zipping the rib cage as you continue to migrate and peel one vertebrae at a time up until you're in your highest position. Palms down, pelvis lifted. Feel that gentle burning in your hamstrings and glutes. Good, now begin softening through the chest, lowering one vertebrae at a time, sinking deep into your low belly to slow that lumbar down. Sacrum to tailbone, and then feet rest. Good, okay, we're gonna move one more time through that, and I want you to visualize all those muscles in your low and low belly, very low belly, pelvic floor, transverse, and rib cage, all coming together to control your peeling off the ground. Okay, ready? Inhale. And exhale, lift those toes, dig those heels, pelvic floor, deepen and wrap your transverse. Dig your heels as you close your rib cage and peel your way to the ceiling. Okay, and now you're strong and inclined. You can feel your hamstrings supporting. Your knees are shining forward like headlights. And in so doing, you can feel the energy in your inner thighs to hold you nice and stable. Okay, let's pause here for just a minute to really get a sense for what is supporting your pelvis lifted up here, okay? Good, inhale, and on your next exhale, soften through the chest. Lowering one at a time, feeling your shoulder blades get heavy and lats get heavy, articulating through your spine, low belly, and then pelvis, and then lower your feet. Excellent. Okay. All right, now we have our chest press. So now we're going to get into just a little bit more muscly here. Okay, so we're kind of mixing and mingling our Pilates with our weightlifting. All right, so now I have my dumbbells on my chest. My heels are into the ground, and I'm going to press through my heels and lift my pelvis without articulating. I'm just lifting and supporting. Elevate your dumbbells over your chest. All right, rounded arms, open and close the gate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay, lower the dumbbells to your chest, lower your hips to the ground, set the dumbbells off to the side, and then we have our last round of these exercises. Okay, donkey kicks. Sorry, I'm just fixing my hair. Got a little crazy there on the ground. All right, so donkey kicks. All right, so again, applying everything that we know, right, about how we want to support our spine. Okay, so wrists are under armpits. I can feel that tension in my lats, okay? Knees are under hips. I'm drawing my belly button up toward my spine. I'm zipping my ribs together. On my exhale, I'm gonna float that leg up, okay? I've got extra tension in my left armpit to hip because my left leg is floated. And I'm supporting that pelvis. It's nice and parallel. All right, exhale, let's contract that trapdoor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower with control. Good, switch sides. It's a small movement. It's 2 to 3 inches. Okay, right leg floats up. Strong through that right side body to support the pelvis. Ready? Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lower with control, park the car in the garage. Good, nice donkey kicks. Okay, our last round of boat pose hold. Okay, so we're back on our sacrum. We have our neutral spine. Our legs are extended out. We're gripping under our knees, okay, and we're leaning back. Now, our next level of this progression is we're going to release the grip behind our knees. Okay, we can keep our feet on the ground. We can lift one leg, alternating, or we can lift both legs off. But what we're doing with our hands is we're gonna have palms facing each other, okay? And I want you to think about extending from your pinky fingers, okay? Not your pointer fingers, but your pinky fingers. And that's gonna help you think and drive engagement just a little bit more in your lats, okay? Believe it or not. Okay, so here I am, relaxed back, knees in parallel. I'm gripping behind my knees in my knee pits, okay? Shoulders are down. Okay, now I'm gonna release the hold on the back of my legs, and I'm gonna extend palms facing each other, and I'm not changing my torso. My pinkies are extended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, deep low belly. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now you can reach back for your knee pits, pull yourself forward. Good. Okay. Now we're going to lay back on the ground. All right. Gosh, I could have done some spinal articulation with the lay back on the ground. Okay. For next time. All right. So we're back to our glute bridges. All right. This is going great. Okay. So let's continue to practice. Now, let me give you a little bit of biology here. You know, there's tons of muscles going on in your torso, supporting your spine. Well, specifically, your deepest layer, you have these spinal erectae muscles that hold, all these little tiny muscle fibers that hold and connect your spine together. If you're a meat eater and you've ever seen a chicken neck before, you know all those little tiny muscles that connect each vertebrae. Same with you, okay? We are trying to get articulation through each vertebrae by lengthening all of those little muscles, okay? So that's your mental image right now of what you're trying to accomplish with this glute bridge, okay? It's lengthening through those little muscles, all right? The deepest layer, always the deepest layer. Okay, so palms down on the mat, all right? Knees toward the ceiling in parallel, okay? I like to lift my heels, inhale and exhale, and I'm lifting my pelvic floor and digging my heels. Tailbone starts floating, then sacrum, one vertebrae at a time. Palms are heavy into the mat as I work, contracting, pressing, until my pelvis is fully lifted, but I'm not flaring my rib cage. My palms are heavy into the ground and I'm supporting my pelvis with my hamstrings, glutes. Good. I'm holding this position for just a minute, evaluating where my kneecaps are facing. Right now, I'm going to soften through my chest. Any tension in your shoulders, release. And start working one vertebrae at a time, zipping through the ribs, lowering with control. Good. Okay, pelvis is down, feet are down. We have 2 more of these. Okay, ready? Inhale. And exhale, lift those toes. Pelvic floor lifts. Transverse deepens and wraps and pulls your pelvis off the ground. Imagine that. Your transverse is so strong, it's going to pull your pelvis off the ground. Here you are at the height of your glute bridge. Palms are active into the mat. Shoulders are relaxed though, tops of shoulders. Neck is relaxed. Hamstrings are on fire maybe. Okay, now start softening. Feel your shoulder blades melt into the mat. Zip the ribs as you start lowering one at a time until you've come to rest. One more. Okay, ready? Palms are down. Lift those toes. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor. Deepens and wraps. Tailbone, sacrum. Pull, pull, pull. Hamstrings. Good. Okay, we're here in our highest position. Relax through the shoulders. Feel your shoulder blades down. Okay, now turn your hands so your pinkies are on the mat and your palms are facing each other. Okay, and exhale, draw from your lats, lifting your arms up above your chest. Let them continue to fall and extend. As long as you can hold on to your lat engagement, then contract through your lats, drawing your arms back over your chest, face all the way past your hips and return them to the ground. And now we'll soften through the chest, rolling our way back down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Okay. Nice work. Now, our last round of chest fly. Okay. So get those dumbbells. Okay. Now, legs remain in parallel, heels digging into the ground. Exhale, contract, lifting your pelvis off the ground. Exhale, press the dumbbells above your chest, palms facing each other, knuckles as it were. Arms are rounded. Now we have 10. Open and close. Open and close. We have 10 of these. So we are like holding a plank for our hips. 4, 5, you got it. 5 more. Focus on the chest. 1, 2, 3. Good. Hamstrings are on fire. Keep it up. We have 1 more. 5. Lower the dumbbells to your chest with control. Lower your hips with control. All right, set the dumbbells off to the side. Okay, now your hamstring's on fire. What do? Okay, you draw your knees to your chest. Let's lengthen through the hamstrings. Your knees don't need to be together. You can have them off to the side. You can do whatever you want with them, really. And I have my arms wrapped around it. I'm actually pulling my pelvis off the ground, so I'm rounding in my low back. Good. Okay, now I'm going to roll over to my right side, and my arm's going to extend so I can stretch my quads. Okay, so I'm on my right. My left hand is free, and I'm going to reach down. Hopefully, I can grab my left ankle and let it lower toward my right knee. Good. It's really important to stretch your quads. If you can't do this comfortably, you can't find a way to do it, it would be good if you had some sort of foam roller or even a rolling pin, and you were able to roll out your thighs to loosen the muscles and the fascia in them. Okay, release. All right, now we're going to move over to the other side so you can press your torso off of the mat. All right, swing your legs through, and we're going to lay down on the left side. Okay, left arm is extended out straight from the shoulder. We're not going to, crunch up our shoulder. If you had a pillow to support your head, that would be good, or you could draw your hand under to help support. So the left hand is kind of by my left ear, and now my right hand's going to reach back for my right knee, ankle. Good, a nice quad stretch here. Excellent. Okay, releasing that leg. Now my right hand's going to help support and push my torso off of the ground. Okay, now I'm going to come back onto my fanny, okay? And my legs are extended out in a V. It doesn't have to be a dramatic V here. But I'm going to exhale and just try and hinge forward slightly. Now, when we have our hips stabilized and anchored to the ground here, we're going to stretch not only our hamstrings, but we're also going to get into our lower back extensors, okay? So I am melting forward. My focal point, belly button to sternum. So I'm thinking hinge, I'm not thinking round at this point. I'm pressing my chest forward, even if it's just a little bit, to get into my hamstrings and to get into my lower back extensors, maybe a little bit in my glutes. Now there is usefulness in that rounding stretch, okay? So as I come back then, I can draw my belly button in and my forehead can fall forward. And I'm focusing on now getting into a round, and the top of my head is somehow searching for the ground. And I'm lengthening through my spine in this rounding stretch. Good. Draw yourself back to upright. Okay. Thank you so much for joining for class today, guys. I love going down this road with you. Today is Tuesday. We'll see you Thursday, 10 a.m. Have a great day. Bye.